morning, boys and girls.
Good morning.
We have a special guest today. He is a veteran. Tomorrow, you know, there's no school because we talked about that this morning. It's Veterans Day, and that's remembering all the people that are in the services. Mummies and daddies and teachers and your aunts and uncles and maybe your grandparents. They might have been veterans in different services. The Air Force, the Marines, the Navy, and the Army, and the Coast Guard maybe. So today, we have a special friend from the German home. He's the activities director. You remember him from Halloween when you were doing trick-or-treating there. It's Dean, Mr. Dean Thayer, and guess what? He was in the Air Force, in planes. So he's going to tell you about that, and also he has a special treat. He brought his bugle, and he's going to play a very, very special song called Taps. Okay, so put your listening ears on and be on your best behavior. Okay.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
As your principal just told you, I am here to speak about Veterans Day, and I'm a veteran. I served during the Vietnam War, and I was a medic. I became a sergeant, and I was one of the lucky ones. They did not send me to battle, so I came home. But many other men and women that did serve in the services weren't so lucky, and they served our country and paid the ultimate sacrifice. And that's what we're here to remember today, talking about Veterans Day, because Veterans Day is all about remembering the men and women who have served all over the world to keep us free. It's a very precious thing we have here in this country. Many countries aren't as fortunate. So on Veterans Day, originally it was not called Veterans Day. Many, many years ago, before I was alive or before anybody here was alive, they were fighting a big war called World War I. Well, they finally figured it out. There were too many people, too many soldiers were dying. So both sides decided to stop fighting. And they called it Armistice Day. And that was a day to remember everybody who had died in the war. Well, years later, our government decided that it shouldn't just be about those who didn't come home, it should be about all veterans who served their country. And so they changed the name to Veterans Day, and it's to honor all veterans all over the United States. And that's celebrated on November 11th, which is tomorrow, as you all know you have the day off. And tomorrow there'll be all kinds of different ceremonies to honor our veterans. There'll be parades, and there will be flags put on graves at the national cemeteries for all the men and women that lost their lives in the wars. And tomorrow, myself and some other veterans will be marching to a peace monument, because even though wars do happen, we pray for peace. So tomorrow, we will be marching to the peace monument, where we will say a little prayer, and then there will be a rifle salute. And at the end of the rifle salute, some very special music, as your principal told you, it's called Taps. And that's to honor all of our veterans who have served our country. So I'm going to play that music for you right now. And when we play this music, all of the veterans that are present stand up and salute. Everybody else stands and puts their right hand on their heart, just like you were going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. And while I play the music, you stand with your hand over your heart. So if you'd all please stand up and put your right hand over your heart. I will play this very, very special song, which is to remember all of our veterans. Thank you. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That is to remember all of our veterans. Before you all leave, I've been asked to make sure you all get a little American flag. Whoop. You're welcome. Thank you for all coming today. You're welcome. You're welcome.